Do you guys recall when Drake says this line, literally to emphasize, the line about fucking, I could smell the setup. For what it's worth, obviously, there is some dots to be connected, inferences, this, that, etc. It's so true, but beyond the scope of that, not so many people, that's why it's good to, within confines to people you can trust. Obviously, there's this, there's that, but obviously there's setups in the fact that, literally, a lot of things in question for what it's worth, but fuck that. Fuck what they tell you. Bullshit. Own your own. Empower yourself. Empower your people. Do for self. That's all there is to it. For what it's worth. Momentary lapse, but you already know, man. For what it's worth, obviously, shit's not always how it seems, in the sense that, you gotta be working progressively for what it's worth. Obviously, I've been preaching ownership for this past, maybe like a good, it's been a short run. I guess I'm relatively young for what it's worth, but predominantly 5 years, etc. So why would you expect anything different from myself? Obviously, ownership, like Rick Ross says, is ownership is all I want in this. Obviously, nothing else is true. If they told you something else, they're fucking lying, full of shit. There's lots of setups out here, lots of plays at work. Money corrupts lots of individuals. That's why I was suggestive of loyalty, etc., because it's so true that, even someone that's driving you, etc., if it's not someone that's a loyalist, etc., then they might try to, create illusory of something that's not even there, for what it's worth. So at the same token, just keep it comfortable, keep it kosher. It's not this, it's not that, but it's so true that, man, you don't believe it, man. You already know what the fuck I stand for. Obviously, principles that I die upon. You understand? So for what it's worth, it's not shit, man. But to do it, people aren't on shit, man. Not like in a critical sense, but just in the sense that literally, like I said, loyalists are loyalists. That's why it's good to have good staff, people on your really on your team, because people will set you up, like I suggested, like to make it look like something else, and then have eyewitnesses, etc., etc. So it's not what it seems. Obviously, I'm not so sure about this or that, but it's also true that a driver just took me to the wrong place. So for what it's worth, you gotta ask questions here and there for what it's worth, but just always like to document everything moving forward, so you can clarify, etc. So own your own. At least, for your sake, you don't have to be an owner if you don't want to the great extent, but you can also own minority stake at someone else's company. But like Rick Ross says, ownership is all I want in this. Nothing else. So that's fucking what it's about. Obviously, there's equity, there's wealth generation, profit generations, etc. But you already know, man. So not to be too preachy. Obviously, I put so much stuff on the back burner. Gotta get it. So much to learn, so little time. I got my fruit here. I haven't eaten in days, man. What a real fuck up. Like, literally, I couldn't even tie my. You see, I'm not wearing a tie. It was a nice tie too, courtesy of Macy's, for what it's worth. And fuck, I couldn't even tie it. I was so fucking, like I didn't have protein today, and literally no food for weeks, man, for what it's worth. So obviously a cleansed soul obviously does the body good at times, but obviously you got to take care of yourself, for what it's worth, and enjoy this, enjoy that. So at the same token, it's not this, it's not that, but 100% sole owner. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Obviously, not to the greatest extent of this massiveness or that massiveness, but it's so true that sometimes you're out here warned. So sometimes that's a true sentiment. So stand on your feet, and be prepared to take whatever's coming for you. You already know. So that's not advice towards you, but that's just my principles, etc. So it's not shit, man. Represent, believe in yourself. It's not shit, man. So understand that I can smell a setup, I can smell some fake shit, etc., etc. So put a name on it. Don't have people that I've never met, telling like stories of this and that, etc. So obviously, like, if we never even made acquaintance before, etc., then how is there any type of relationships here even possible beyond the scope of just something that's like illusory, made up, fallacious, liable, etc., etc. So it's not shit, man. Stay on your toes. You know what it is. Obviously, it's not even about the, sometimes, like, individuals got to choose what they're in for. And I'm not advising you to do any particular thing, right? Some people are in it for, strictly money, right? And sometimes that means you do something else. But for myself personally, it's about the honor of the whole situation. And sometimes that you know, it's a slippery slope, but it's so true that ownership and honor, and just spreading love. You know, obviously trying to not folding, but never breaking. You know, pressure builds diamonds. It also freaking bust pipes, so to speak. So it's the same token. You know, it's not even all about like, you know, what the fuck is, you know, this fiat, etc., for what it's worth. Obviously, own your shit, man. Never let anybody use terroristic tactics, terrorism, etc. So, and I'm not sure if this is definite, but sometimes you just gotta be careful out here for what it's worth. So be so careful. It's not shit, man. The devil is out here. Be on your toes, man. You know, be willing to die for what you believe, if that's what you want to do. But also, a lot of people fold and break and do all lots of stuff. But me myself, man, straight whoa, like Nas says, right? Such a beautiful thing. So thank you again. I'm gonna try to get some food so I can cheer up a little bit. Pleasure's all mine. Obviously, you're beautiful. Stay on your toes. Obviously, keep working, keep growing. It's not shit. So, like, don't believe this bullshit. Obviously, there's setups out here. So you already know, man. So keep on your toes. Be smart and don't be so trusting. Build some loyalists around you, because you already know that people will corrupt for money, right? Maybe you and I won't. I won't personally, but at the same token, it's so true that individuals do, right? So keep it under perspective. Money might be everything. I mean, like Kanye says, it's the whole ordeal. Not having it is not everything, but not having it is. So it's so true that, you know, people often corrupt, etc. All right, love, bye. Okay, for what it's worth, yeah, obviously, keep on your toes. It's not shit, man. Like I said, you know, you got to choose the path you want. Obviously, you know, I mean, you know, you can't even blame a motherfucker if he's fucking not built on the same principles, you know, like so to speak, as far as, you know, loyalty is royalty. At the same token, you know, it's just not shit, you know. So at the same token, you already know, man. What have I been preaching for this whole period? You know, obviously spreading love, spreading goodwill, spreading cheer, also talking ownership the whole time. So you already know. So if something doesn't make sense, think about it. And I like to just document this type of stuff, because literally the world is like a lot of crooked motherfuckers out here. Not everybody's built like you and I and you, right? So true. So stay careful out here. I'm not saying everything is this or that, but so true that you gotta sometimes double check the facts. You know, think about like what shit's going on and what this is, and does it make sense to you? Like, does this make sense? Like, honestly, like any type of shit, like, you know, does it make sense? Or was it a setup, a ploy, collusion? Have you heard of such things? People corrupt for money, especially people at hard times, etc. So sometimes build your loyalists. Those are the only people you can trust for what it's worth, because, I mean, when you're dealing with this real shit, you know, as far as moving forward, right? So be on your toes. It's not shit, man. Stay blessed, okay? Thank you so much. See you soon.